It's time for racing here in Pole Country. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Reading Road of Anthracite 400 at Allentown Raceway here in Allentown, Pennsylvania, for race two of season number 7 of the NASCAR Pepsi Cup Series. I am Michael Avery, joined always by my good friend Kobe Lavin, and our first special guest of the season, we have brought along our good friend Levi Williams. Levi?
I'm Levi Williams. It's a pleasure to be on here.
It's great to have you, Levi.
I appreciate the opportunity, guys. Thank you for letting me on here and just enjoy this race with y'all.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us once again, Levi. As we said, today's race is in the heart of Pennsylvania, Pole Country, as we mentioned, in a place that NASCAR is very familiar with. As about 20 years ago or so, we used to race over in Nazareth at the Nazareth Speedway, but unfortunately, that closed down. Only about 20 minutes away, like we mentioned, very close. And the Pocono Raceway, which we'll be going to next week, which is only about an hour or so up the road, is also located in Pennsylvania. I've said that twice, but it's still in Pennsylvania. Oh my God.
I believe Aiden Walker is more on another company with a big presence in the area. Aiden?
Yes, Kobe, I am here at the Reading and Northern Railroad headquarters in Port Clinton, roughly an hour or so south of the racetrack. Since the 1980s, Andy Miller's Railroad has helped bring both freight and passenger service to Pennsylvania with both steam and diesel-powered locomotives. Sitting right behind me now is the world famous Reading T1 class locomotive 2102, built by the now defunct Reading Railroad. Yes, this was built by the Reading Company, like the one you would see at your Monopoly board at home. Mueller bought the engine and has since restored it to its former glory here in Pennsylvania. For more on excursions with 2102, you can go to the Reading and Northern passenger website. Back to you, Michael.
Thanks for that, Aiden. Now we really need to talk about Ryan Preece. Preece is coming off a victory in the Great American Race, the Daytona 500, and it changed his career last time out. Up to that point, Preece had not really done much with his career. He did have a drafting win at Atlanta, but not really much success in his career. Only 2 top 5s and 3 top 10s in his entire Pepsi Cup Series career. And last season, a measly 29th in points, but this year he's going to start the season off after race 1 in the points lead.
I think that win in Atlanta last year, that definitely gave him some confidence and a bit of boost of momentum. Might have not done the most for him late in the season, but it was still just great to pick up that first win, get it out of the way, no more pressure on that.
Yeah, I feel like with Preece, I was able to watch that 500 from my couch. Very, very good race. I feel like Preece after that Atlanta season 6 win, definitely has improved a lot on his racing ability on the super speedways. And he's always going to be a threat on these flatter tracks like Allentown. I feel like he's going to have a very good race here. I think he's going to run very well here.
Yes, certainly. But one thing we also have to factor in, past few times out, he's been in Stewart-Haas racing equipment, not the greatest equipment. In fact, the team shut down recently, and they're now Haas factory team, a 1-car operation. And although he was the odd man out there, he was able to pick up a ride with Jack Roush and Brad Keselowski, and so far in race 1, he's made the most of it. So hoping that this will lead to more success in the future. I personally believe it will, but only time will tell. Next up, we have to talk about the surprise of last race in the Daytona 500, his teammate, Brad Keselowski. Brad chose to push his teammate Ryan Preece instead of trying to win the race for himself, perhaps trying to save a lot of money and wrecking the entire field. When looking at his statistics, the decision becomes even more surprising to me, despite I personally believing that he should have gone for the win. But who knows, maybe he did it for his bank account.
Yeah, I think that move by Brad to push his driver to the win was definitely a business decision, but also a teammate decision. Ryan's probably going to has way more career ahead of him than Brad. He's getting old. He's going to end up retiring soon. I know he doesn't have a win yet, and I also do believe he should have gone for that win if he could have taken the chance, but pushing his own car to the win, that's still a win for him. I know he'll be happy about that one.
Oh yeah, definitely. Brad, I feel like within Pepsi Cup Series has been a very teammate relied driver. He supported his drivers more than he has himself, and I think that has costed him a lot of wins within the Pepsi Cup Series career. But I feel like this season, I think he gets one. I think he gets one this season.
We'll have to see how it goes. His winless in his Pepsi Cup Series career, one of only two drivers, the other one being Eric Jones, to start every single Pepsi Cup race and still be winless. And he's also had a whopping 32 DNFs. Granted, he has run all 6 seasons in the first race of season 7 up to this point, so he has some of the most experience in the Pepsi Cup Series. But you can't even say he's checkers or wreckers because he's never won a race before. And he also leads all career winless drivers in top 5 and top 10 finishes, so he's clearly the best of the rest, I guess, in this category.
I want to talk to you guys about the biggest storyline of the weekend, Kyle Larson. We all know Larson has a terrible super speedway record, worse than you, Michael. And when we asked, we asked to drive a car, but he has the chance to rebound with a pole here at Allentown. What do y'all think he's gonna do with it?
Yeah. Well, gee, thanks for that, Levi. Last week for Larson, he finished dead last and had no stage points and wrecked early on in the race, not even before halfway on lap 10. I think he'll be able to get redemption. My apologies.
Yeah, Larson there, he was started off the weekend not very good either. I know he wrecked in the duel, had to start from the back, and then wrecked early on in the race, finished last, so just unfortunate stuff for him. But another driver that's starting well today is William Byron. Byron had a great run at Daytona, gained a third place podium finish. Good for that 24 team. It looks to continue that momentum here. We'll see what that 24 car has in store for us today. Michael?
Yeah, agreed. He has not won since North Wilkesboro in season 6, and only 2 top 5s since then, which he earned in his excuse me. He most recently earned that second top 5 with a third place finish in the Daytona 500. He looks to have a strong day today and get his first back-to-back top 5 performance since Talladega and the aforementioned North Wilkesboro in season 6. And another driver to look for is Carson Hocevar, looking to have a good run today. Yesterday, he moved Ross Chastain out of the way for his first truck win of the season, which he held off Ben Rhodes to do so. A bad qualifying run has the Bristol winner from last season deep in the running order, but practice speeds has the 77 up top, looking to get career win number 2 today.
I love what I see out of Carson Hocevar here. He's a very aggressive driver, and I think he can use that very well, especially throughout Allentown. A very, very, need to be aggressive at Allentown, move up through the field. And I feel like he can 100% salvage from this poor starting position to 100% compete, even for maybe a top 5, maybe even top 3, if he gets the chance to.
Of the longer races compared to last season, though, Carson will have time to work his way through the field and see what he can do today. Good luck to him.
Yeah, Kobe, he definitely has more time with the increased race lengths. Best of luck to Hocevar, but now let's head down to trackside for pre-race ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able and remove your hats as we get ready to honor America with the singing of our national anthem. And please welcome some random woman with a good voice from somewhere in California.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts hearts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting, and air came proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And now, to give the command to fire the engines here in Allentown, please welcome creator of the Interstate Batteries Cup Series, Evan Batteries.
Allentown, are you ready? Drivers, start your engine!
Pre-race ceremonies are wrapped up, so our job here is done until the post-race. When we return, we'll head up to the booth with Ethan Shield and Timothy Brown, and us pre-race guys will see you at the race.
When there's lightning, you know it always brings me down. 'Cause it's free and I see that it's me who's lost and never found. No sign of the morning coming. You've been left on your own like a rainbow in the dark. A rainbow in the dark.
It is time for racing here in Allentown. We are here for the Reading Road of Anthracite 400. It is go time here on this 1.3 mile long flat track. I am Ethan Shield, joined here by Timothy Brown.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second race of the season here in the Pepsi Cup Series, and it's going to be a good one. We have 45 laps.
Yeah, a very long race up ahead of us. Ones to watch. Kyle Larson, he was the first DNF of the race at Daytona. He is the first starter here today on pole position. Ross Chastain in the one car looks strong today as well. He will be on the front row in that Busch Light Peach Chevrolet. William Byron behind him had a very strong performance out at Daytona last race. He finished third there behind the two RFK drivers. And Carson Hocevar, who won the Truck Series race yesterday, looked strong today, was fastest in practice, but he qualified not as good as he would like. So we get ready to roll off. The field now rolls off, and we can now go through the starting lineup. Kyle Larson and Ross Chastain are on row number one.
And in row 2, we got John Hunter Nemechek with a great qualifying run next to Chase Briscoe.
William Byron is alongside Denny Hamlin in row number 3.
And in row 4, we got Christopher Bell and Chris Buescher.
Row 5, it's Carson Hocevar and Brad Keselowski.
In row 6 is Ryan Blaney next to Alex Bowman.
Row 7 is made up of Todd Gilliland and Michael McDowell.
And in row 8 is Noah Gregson next to Chase Elliott.
Row number 9, we have Joey Logano. He starts alongside Tyler Reddick.
And in row 10 is Justin Allgaier in the 10, next to Justin Haley.
AJ Allmendinger is in row 11 alongside Matt DiBenedetto.
Row 12, Kyle Busch and Zane Smith.
In row 13, we have Bubba Wallace starting alongside Daytona 500 champion Ryan Preece.
And in row 14 is Ty Gibbs next to Connor Zilic.
Row 15, we have Ethan Shields starting alongside Shane Van Gisbergen.
And in row 16, we got Chandler Smith and the GOAT, Jimmy Johnson.
Row 17, we have Eric Jones. He's alongside Josh Berry.
And in row 18 is Austin Dillon next to Nick Morris.
Rounding out today's field in row 19, we have Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Now here's a look at today's race info. 45 laps, as Tim mentioned a little bit ago. The fuel is about 15 to 17 laps, so it's at least a two-stopper here today. The 1.33 mile long flat oval. The temperature is 87 degrees outside with a 123 degree track temp. It is hot out here as we get ready to go racing here in eastern Pennsylvania. Pace car hits pit road. Larson and Chastain lead the field, and we are green.
They fan out a little bit as they head into turn number 1. Nemechek going to try and get to second on Chastain. It looks like he's going to get the job done. He's going to get clear off turn 2.
Kyle Larson leads this race. Nemechek, though, in second right now. Really good for him as they complete the opening lap. It's Larson, Nemechek, Byron, your top 3.
Looks like the top 5 or 6 or so are single filed out, as everyone else behind them is 2 and 3 wide.
Yeah, it looks like Ryan Blaney just got clear. He is the last one single file for now as they all just try to slot in. You saw Todd Gilliland on the inside of somebody there entering 3 and 4. Byron now. Hamlin looking for a move on Byron. He's going to try to get to the inside. Can't quite. And now William Byron to the inside of John Hunter Nemechek. He'll take that spot and Denny Hamlin will follow him through.
Denny Hamlin going against a Toyota teammate there, but he's going to move on to P3. Now William Byron in second, going to try and hunt down his teammate of Kyle Larson for the lead as we're on lap 4.
Look at Carson Hocevar now. He's going around the outside of Bell, and why not get Chastain while he's at it? Carson Hocevar moving up through the field real fast. He's into the top 5 at the conclusion of lap number 4.
There's 3 yellow submarines there on the outside trying to get around Ross Chastain there. Meanwhile, for second contact between Denny Hamlin and William Byron, Denny Hamlin's going to take second away from Byron.
Big move there as, oh, here comes Byron back. Look at William on that outside line, holding tough. He's going to try to take the spot. He can't quite. Now he's going to let Hamlin run into the corner deep into the switchback to take back second position. Nice move.
Yeah, what a great battle between these two for second. Denny Hamlin back to the back bumper of Byron again for second as they continue the battle. We got a big crash.
Joey Logano into the wall. Tyler Reddick and Brad Keselowski pile in. First caution of the day is out here on lap 7. Kyle Larson catch up to the pace car and lead the field around under caution. Big misfortunes for the 22, the 6, and 45 here early. And, I mean, we're going to have to see how this all unfolded, but I'm going to guess a hard battle here as we're going to take a look at the replay now. Yeah, I don't know, Tim. What did you see there?
Looks like 3 wide did not work there. Brad might have chopped Reddick there on entry. That was kind of a late dive. That's what it looked like. It looks like the 31 also made it through. Good move by McDowell. But yeah, it just looks like 3 wide didn't work. Just a racing incident, really. Logano, an innocent bystander. But yeah, a lot of 3 heavy hitters out of it early on.
Yeah. And now we have some split strategies here, so let's head down to pit road for some reports.
William Byron is in for 4 tires and fuel. The reports that the car is free, but it's still fat.
Denny Hamlin pits and will take 4 tires and fuel. There's no changes to the 11 car, and with a fast pit stop, he's off pit road.
John Hunter Nemechek is in, reporting that the car will not roll in the center of the corner. 4 tires, fuel, and a huge adjustment for Nemechek.
Thanks, Cooper. William Byron will win the race off of pit road over Denny Hamlin and John Hunter Nemechek. However, they will not be up front because we did have a lot of people stay out on this alternate strategy led by Kyle Larson and Carson Hocevar as we come to the choose. Larson to the bottom, and Hocevar will restart on the outside of him.
As you see, there are the cars now. It looks like they're well outside the top 10 still that were just pitted, but we're going to restart on lap 9 of 45.
Yeah, just around that 10th spot they are, so easily recoverable as we are back to green here in Allentown. Kyle Larson and Carson Hocevar lead the field to green. They enter turn number 1.
Looks like the 34 does not get going. Oh, Hocevar sideways. What a save by Carson Hocevar. Here comes Chastain around the bottom to the lead, and now Bell follows suit.
Ross Chastain takes the lead. What a great and bold move by that one car. He is now in front of Carson Hocevar, who many thought was the favorite to win today, but Hocevar is instantly back to the inside. Here comes Bell with a look. He will not do anything with it. And Carson Hocevar takes the lead as we are through 10 of 45 laps.
Oh, someone got on the wall back there. That might have been Briscoe. But meanwhile, Carson Hocevar is trying to pull away from the lead.
Yeah, Hocevar's... Oh, huge hit! Gilliland! Big hit. Michael McDowell's in it. Justin Haley. There's Justin Allgaier, too. The 38 of Zane Smith and the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Wow, that was a big hit.
Where did he come from? He looked like he was so far down the track, and all of a sudden he came up and just took several cars out of the race. But man, what a big wreck again. Another crash we got here early on.
He had to have been turned because nobody was on pit road there, so it's not like he spun from the... Yeah, he did just get turned by Michael. And then... Ouch, that's a huge hit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it got clipped by McDowell there in the 31. I don't know if he thought he was 3 wide. Maybe gotten the all clear, at least for the middle, from his spotter. But yeah, just a really awful spot to get back up the track, and another hard hit to the inside wall that he had there, too.
Yeah, I mean, just brutal. As now, here comes some more pit stops. Looks like that alternate strategy is pulling the plug, and they are all hitting pit road now.
Carson Hocevar leads the guys on the alternate strategy down pit road. 4 tires, fuel, no adjustments for the 77.
Ross Chastain pits from second. He is struggling to get the car to turn into the corners, but he looks fast everywhere else. 4 tires and fuel.
Chase Elliott pits for 4 tires and fuel. He reports that the car was good in traffic, but he's going to loosen up the car just a little bit.
Carson Hocevar will lead these guys on the alternate strategy off of pit road, as this should, I believe, give the lead to Denny Hamlin. Yes, with William Byron and Chase Briscoe behind them. Briscoe did hit the wall there. Tim, you caught that, but it looks like the car is fine. He didn't pit. He's still out there in third right now, so I guess everything's okay. As you can see the choose here, and Hocevar is deep in this field as we get ready to restart on lap 13.
Yeah, definitely some different strategies here. You see some back markers like even Jimmy Johnson, Nick Morris, who are around the top 10, but we're back underway. JGR leads him off.
Denny Hamlin clears his teammate Chase Briscoe on the restart, and William Byron is hot on his tail right now as they exit turn number 2 on down the back straightaway.
Yeah, it looks like the inside line is so dominant here on these restarts. You see that the Byron and Hamlin were just both able to get clear right away as they exit turn 2. Still double file way on back. Oh, contact between Ethan Shield and Ryan Priest. They all keep it straight, though, and they're still 3 wide in the back.
Yeah, a crazy restart back in the pack, even though things got sorted out real quick up front as Chase Briscoe takes away third place from Ryan Blaney. Still a long ways to go in this race, and we don't know which strategy is going to win, as Carson Hocevar and Chase Elliott are currently leading this alternate strategy, but they are still mired deep in traffic.
Looks like Busher might have gotten pushed up wide there in the back, but here comes Connor Zilish around Alex Bowman.
Zilish into the top 5. What a day for the rookie, even though it is a bit of a strategy play right now, but that car has speed. As we've seen, that 41 of Alex Bowman is fast today. So Trackhouse bringing some good cars between Zilish and Ross Chastain so far today. As now, let's head down. KKCS, I believe you have something for us.
Denny Hamlin's team has just reported that his strategy may not be able to make it on just one more stop.
Yeah, so the 11 team thinks it's a two-stopper from here, it seems like, as there was Chase Briscoe. Briscoe in that 19 on that same strategy, currently running third. We still have no clue which strategy is going to prevail here, but I believe right now the track position is just going to be too big once these tires and strategies get closer to offsetting, as Eric Jones gets knocked up the track there.
Yeah, I don't know for sure which one is better, but Hocevar is definitely working out for him. He's almost back in the top 5. He's up to P7 at the moment as we look at Austin Dillon now.
Yeah, Austin Dillon, lap traffic. He currently runs last on track. Denny Hamlin is closing up in him. This could be a big opportunity for Carson Hocevar here, even as the tires start to offset, because the leaders are going to get into lap traffic, and their old tires probably will not handle as good behind other cars.
And he's definitely already fast, so this lap traffic will make it even easier for Hocevar to even catch up to Hamlin, Byron, Briscoe, and anyone else. As you see Hocevar now moving into P6.
Yeah, the only problem for Hocevar at this point is we're halfway through this race almost, and he is still nearly half a lap behind. As a bit of contact there. Chandler Smith in the way of Denny Hamlin, as Hamlin gets rid of the 4 car and moves on with his day.
And now it looks like he's going to go around to Ethan Shield as you see William Byron trying to make his way through lap traffic. We got a nice battle here as you see Hamlin still trying to get around Ethan Shield as he wins the bonus, the halfway bonus. Byron second, Briscoe third. It looks like Zilic will hold on for 4th, and Hocevar gets in the top 5.
Wow, Carson Hocevar recovered great there, as now he's going to the inside of Connor Zilish. He has himself P4 already. He's still far behind, but tire down. Matthew Benedetto.
He gets it out of the way, and he'll keep it on the apron, it looks like, as Nemechek goes around him. But look at Carson Hocevar just peeling his way through the lap traffic. It looks like it might be paying off for him as he's up to 4th, but like you said before, Ethan, he is still way far behind.
Yeah, big hit. It's John Hunter Nemechek in the wall, and a great day has gone bad for the 42, who slams the outside wall. You can see the debris all over the place. Wow.
Yeah, he started in the 2nd row. He had a pretty solid car in qualifying, but very unfortunate for him as he has a ton of damage and he'll be out of the race.
You heard the reports that he was plowing tight on that first pit stop, and I don't think that had anything to do with that. Did it look like he blew a tire? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It looks like a left rear went there.
Yeah, all of a sudden you see like that explosion at the back of the car, the debris flies off. That is definitely a tire that puts him in the wall, a left rear, just like Matt DiBenedetto.
Yeah, and that might be a pattern here because they both had that issue within a lap of each other. But Denny Hamlin taking his pit stop, followed by Byron and Briscoe.
And now the strategies combined. Denny Hamlin pits for 4 tires and they will wait on fuel. Hamlin says the car is great, but they'll be real close on fuel from here.
William Byron pits as well for 4 tires and fuel. He likes the car but still wants it to be tightened up a bit. With some fuel saving, he's good to the end.
Chase Briscoe is down pit road for 4 tires and fuel. He's being told by crew chief James Small that it's going to be close, but it is possible to stretch the fuel and make it to the end of the race.
Denny Hamlin maintains his spot in that strategy as the leader of it, but I believe they're still up front right now, so everybody came down, it looks like, and the strategies are sort of offsetting, as Jimmy Johnson will get the free pass here under this caution. He will be back on the lead lap as we get ready for the choose.
See Denny Hamlin taking the dominant lane, and his teammate goes with him. Hocevar, instead of going to 4th, he drops 1 spot to 5th and takes the bottom. As we already know before that the bottom lane is pretty dominant. We're going to restart with about 18 laps to go or so. Denny Hamlin is your leader. The sun is setting, and we're going to be back green here in Allentown.
They charge off into turn number 1. Denny Hamlin, the leader. Chase Briscoe now into second, following his JGR teammate. As whoa, Carson Hocevar all the way off the racetrack. He'll take away second with a great move on this restart. And now it's the battle between the alternate strategies. The two best drivers of this race so far are up front.
And now I correct myself. This is 18 to go now. But Hocevar and Hamlin now with equal strategies at the moment. Who will prevail as they're 3 wide in the back?
AJ Allmendinger with a big move. Chase Elliott's the one who prevails out of that on the high side, with Bubba Wallace being the big loser in that situation, falling back multiple spots. As now here's the battle for third. It's going to be Briscoe to the inside. How about William Byron on the bottom? Car 24 to P3.
And out of all that, Blaney lost several positions, and he also tapped the wall exiting turn 2. But now Byron leads this huge pack of cars. And from third, Zilich in fourth, and he's following in tow as they head down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Chase Briscoe must not have a great car in these conditions. As now, let's head down to KKCS, who I believe has something on Denny Hamlin here.
Hamlin has just been told to save fuel. We're 2 laps short. He's going to be close on fuel coming to the end of this race.
Thanks for that, KKCS. So this could be big for Denny Hamlin as John Hunter rejoins the race, multiple laps down after his crash earlier. But this is the tough spot for Denny Hamlin, and obviously everybody else who pit under that last yellow, because they can make it if they save. The only issue is, can they save enough? As a bit of a sketchy moment right there.
Yeah, looks like Nemechek didn't really do a good job of getting out of the way. Oh, we got a spinner on the back straightaway. Nemechek's teammate Eric Jones is turned around, and another caution is out.
Eric Jones goes for a slide, doesn't hit anything. He'll make it back to pit road, and we are under caution once again. This helps the fuel savers. Denny Hamlin is in a better spot now, as you can just see he got turned by Ryan Preece, Eric Jones did. And that's what caused this. John Hunter taking his car to the garage, clearly not in any state to race. So their efforts to get back out don't work. We'll be back. Welcome back to Allentown, everyone. Denny Hamlin leads the way as Chris Buescher will get the free pass under this yellow. So now we get ready here to see who can save the best. Will we get another yellow? How many yellows will we get? And overtime would be just horrible for these leaders. 11 laps to go. Denny Hamlin and William Byron on the front row. And as they come out of turn 4, we are back green here in Allentown.
That caution will help these guys out save a little bit better, but they could well be short still as we head off of turn 2. Hocevar gets clear for second, and now Zilich gets clear for third.
Byron high in 1 and 2, and from third to outside the top 10, a disastrous restart for the 24, and his race is completely unraveled here with 10 laps to go.
Horrible restart for William Byron, but here comes Alex Bowman trying to charge around the outside on Zilich. Can he get it done? It looks like he can.
Wow, what a power move. And was that AJ Allmendinger running top 5 back there? As, oh, here comes a move for second now. Alex Bowman passes Carson Hocevar. He'll take second spot away.
Assuming these guys have to save still, that 41 is all gas and go here. He is trying to go to the front, up to P2 for Alex Bowman. Can he get to Denny Hamlin?
Yeah, we'll see. Bowman closing in, but Denny Hamlin's gap still pretty big after that battle he had with Carson Hocevar. That was short-lived. But here comes Hocevar, though, back to the inside, as Zilich is going to follow him through as they enter the corner. And now, whoa, Connor Zilich gets very sideways. He'll slide up the racetrack and lose a bunch of spots out of turn 4. Whoa, sideways, and De Benedetto almost spins. He'll save it.
What a save by De Benedetto. We know he had the tire troubles earlier, but Man, a great save by him to keep it green. Denny Hamlin, though, is pulling away as we are on 6 to go now.
Denny Hamlin looking strong out front, but he really needs to back that gap up. He needs to save fuel if that message was anything to go by earlier, because he was closer than it seemed to anybody else in the field here, and we don't even know if Hocevar or Bowman can make it. So
Yeah,
here
all
comes
these
the
guys.
lap traffic into the picture. Let's head down to East Coast in the pits.
Carson Hocevar has just been told that they're in a better fuel situation than the 11, so it is all out for the 77 to try to run Hamlin out of fuel.
So Hocevar believes what we all believe, that Denny Hamlin is in a worse spot than pretty much anybody else in the top 5 right now, but that team doesn't even know if they can make it to the end right now with 4 laps to go. Hocevar trying to close his way in. He is on the back of Denny Hamlin as Austin Dillon now gets in the way.
Yeah, I mean, everyone here has pitted the exact same lap, so I mean, everyone here is almost on the same exact fuel situation. Depends on how much they save. The 12 car, Blaney, looks like he's out of gas, and he's trying to swerve the car to try and get some gas going in it, but it is completely out as we're heading to 2 laps to go now.
That was on the front straightaway. Can he make it back? Whoa, big slide there for Chandler Smith. Carson Hocevar got in the back of him as they head down the back straightaway. Now Smith blocks. What is he doing? That's a lead lap car battling for the race win, and he's just blocking him as we hit the white flag.
Denny's
Denny
out.
Hamlin is slowing. Carson Hocevar takes the lead, and Denny Hamlin is out of fuel.
Oh, Chandler
Crash.
Smith
Chandler
around.
Smith goes around. Carson Hocevar leads. Can he make it back to the flag? Checkered flag is waving. Carson Hocevar has won in Allentown. Alex Bowman second, and Kyle Larson is slowing out of the corner. He'll make it back to the line, but he's out of fuel. Hamlin won't make it back. Ty Gibbs is slowing, coming to the checkered flag. He'll make it back, but lose a bunch of spots. And Carson Hocevar wins it in a crazy fuel mileage race here in Allentown.
He backs it into the wall after he does a half burnout there. But oh my goodness, what a fuel thriller here at Allentown.
Yeah, Carson just radioed. He ran out of fuel on the burnout, and I don't know why that made him back it into the wall. I mean, the brake doesn't take fuel, so skill issue on his part, but you could see all the cars just on the racetrack who ran out on the last lap and couldn't make it back around. So now here's a look at your results. Carson Hocevar wins the race. Alex Bowman has another strong points day, his second top 6 finish to open up the season.
Yeah, you can even see Larson, who did run out of fuel, still managed a 6th place finish. Good for him. But some underdogs like Nick Morris makes it in the top 10. Zilich with a great run still finishes 9th after having a couple issues there middle through the last run. Jimmy Johnson 14th. Your Daytona 500 winner Ryan Preece finishes 15th. Gibbs, who was out of fuel, finished 18th and further back.
Yeah, Chandler Smith ended up 25th there. He was laps down. He ended up crossing the line. You could see the 4 car in the pits there. So we did get back going. It wasn't the heaviest of hits, but still, I just don't know what he was doing there, because Hocevar was racing for the win. He was laps down. I get he might have been angry, but I don't know. He was in the wrong there. He was the one who chopped off the 77, who I think was entitled to that space because he was a lead lap car. Now we look at the points. William Byron still leads the way over Alex Bowman, who's 11 back after 2 races.
Yeah, Bowman is in a Haas car doing that after getting out of the Hendrick car, still doing wonders in a Haas car. Hocevar third, Inspire and Priest is in 4th.
Nick Morris was 15th, by the way. Denny Hamlin is 16th. So, I mean, great start to the season for the 07 car. As there you can see the points. An abysmal start to the season for Tyler Reddick. He is 145 down. As now Carson Hocevar celebrates in victory lane here in Allentown. And with that, I guess it's time to head back down to the boys at the Midway.
Thanks, Ethan. What an intense finish that was, right, guys?
I'm still going crazy for that. Passing all over the racetrack, a lot more than we've seen in the past. crashes, running out of fuel, including the leader at one point in this race. What more can we ask for from this wonderful track?
Yeah, that race had everything. We've seen good races in the Pepsi Cup Series, and I've seen this before, but this was one of the greatest strategy races I think of all time. I mean, the battle for the win, Hamlin and Hocevar in that lap car of Chandler Smith getting in the way, it just wow, what a finish.
Yeah, definitely agreed there, Kobe. One of the most interesting strategy races I've seen in a very long time. It has been a lot more common with the next gen car, but not necessarily in this way. Usually we see guys just going half throttle, managing their fuel, and with how accurate fuel measurement is today, it isn't really fuel saving. They're just doing what they need to do, and it's not necessarily that much good entertainment because the teams already know what's going to happen. And once again, with the strategy, it all started with Denny Hamlin as, we have a conflict over in victory lane. It's Chandler Smith and Carson Hocevar. Seems that they are having a bit of a conversation over there. It does not appear that the situation is escalating for the time being, nor anyone has thrown any punches. But we should probably go back to why this is as happening as Smith leaves victory lane now visibly frustrated. Fortunately, nothing else happened, and no one had to intervene.
I mean, he did chop off the nose of the leader. He is the lap car. He needs to get out of the way, especially with a tight battle like that. He needs to get out of the way. He chopped his nose off once, and then kept blocking him after that. I feel like Hocevar was completely in the right there. I mean, what are you gonna do if the lap cars are gonna get out of the way and cost you a win?
Yeah, I'm on Hocevar's side here. You know, from what I've done in racing myself, lapped cars they're never fun, especially if there being big blockers in the way. Just yeah, Hocevar did what he had to do. He had to move them, and it's tough luck.
Yeah, I think I'll side with them too. It's just lap cars are also frustrating. I can back up on Kobe's statements with league racing. You see here now in the last lap, but Hocevar dumps the four car of Chandler Smith. Hocevar had already reached his breaking point as Alex Bowman was really close behind, so not much room for error. But side note, what a run for Alex Bowman today as well. Hopefully he can build on this going forward.
Bowman's stats. Alex Bowman starts the season with back-to-back great finishes in the 41 car, and he sits second in the points right now after a sixth-place Daytona finish and second place here. So I think carrying that newly formed Haas factory team, he's going to be really good in the points to start the season, and I think that's something that not many of us expected.
Yeah, I like what he's doing so far. I mean, the races that we've seen so far, Allentown, a good strategy race, that. And then you have the super speedways too, which if he's going to be good at two very difficult tracks, I feel like he's going to do fairly well. Like at the beginning of the season, before the season started, I didn't personally agree with the Haas factory team choice of Alex Bowman, but he's 100% proved me wrong and blown my expectations away so far. But we are still early in the season that I could get proven wrong with how he's doing so far.
I'm actually going to disagree with you a bit there, Levi. After season 5, he was kicked out for Noah Gregson. I was very frustrated. Sure, he did have a rough season. I understand that there are expectations with running at Hendrick Motorsports, but being completely ousted of the Cup Series and having to run in the lower series just really frustrated me because I personally believe Bowman is a Cup Series caliber driver. And now that he finally has a ride driving for the Haas factory team, really starting to prove me right as well, compared to Levi. And once again, I get it's only week 2. There is the factor of that Daytona was the first race. That can always make the results look really janky in the first part of the season. But look, he's a real championship contender right now, and I don't think it's going to be disappearing. I am on the Alex Bowman hype train right now.
Speaking of championships, our defending champion, Denny Hamlin, has had a nightmare to start his season 7. He led 32 of today's 45 laps just to run out of fuel at the white flag. Very unfortunate for that team. Even though I believe our winner, Hocevar, was faster all day, he just had rough start to the race, and getting passing of his next gen car. It can be single file sometimes, and you can't get by. But that 11 car was easily the most dominant in clean air. So just tough luck for him.
Yeah, agreed. Just heartbreak for Denny Hamlin here in Allentown. But that's just how racing goes. They took a gamble despite dominating the race, trying to see if they could win. Unfortunately, he ran out of fuel, stretched it too far, and it ended up costing him a checkered flag. Hopefully, he can turn it around at a track that he has pretty much owned the past few years in the Pepsi Cup Series, the Pocono Raceway.
It's going to be very tough. Extremely hard to beat him there. He's amazing at Pocono.
Yeah, agreed. Another driver who soon looks to be tough to beat is young phenom Connor Zilic. We have talked a lot about him ever since he came into the Cup Series and his rise through the ranks of NASCAR. The 19-year-old, he finished ninth today, but was in line for a top 5 before a huge, costly mistake set him back late. Unfortunate for the 99 car, but he still has a lot more time to get that first career top 5. So don't you worry, Connor. Still got plenty of time. Your career is only just getting started.
Yeah, a story without an ending here for Connor. He's the best out of these young drivers, I feel like, out of Corey Heim and Jesse Love. Zilish, I think, is definitely better than both of them so far this season. Has some early setbacks, but I feel like at Pocono, he's going to do exceptionally well because it is the tricky triangle, and during Zilish's career, has been very good at these tricky tracks.
I very much agree with Levi here. Zilish was great at Pocono in the Xfinity Series last season, picking up that win. But then again, Corey Heim and Jesse Love, they're both also very talented young drivers. I could see them both being competitors, specifically Jesse Love, who finished second to Zilish in the Xfinity Series race last season. But only time will tell, and we will find out next race on how that goes.
Yeah. I would take a bit of a grain of salt, though, as we know Kobe Lavin is Connor Zilich's #1 fan. But I do agree with all of y'all. Like I said earlier, I mean, I did say earlier, I really believe in Connor Zilich. I think he's going places. He's a rookie. He's only 19. He still has a lot of time he needs to develop, but very young. Like I just said that, but very, very, yes, thank you, Kobe. Very promising prospect, and he's still got a long way to go. Hopefully, before the end of the season, he could possibly snatch that top 5 and maybe even career win #1. And well, that'll just about do it here from Allentown, Pennsylvania, as the sunset dwindles now in the distance. What a spectacular day of racing as it was here in eastern Pennsylvania, with Carson Hocevar taking home the checkered flag in a fuel mileage thriller. Next time out, we only head up about an hour north here of the famed Tricky Triangle, the Pocono Raceway. Who will win the Pennsylvania 500? Stay tuned to find out. And due to Ethan being a nerd, having to go to college, filming of the race will probably not conclude until January, so stay patient, guys. Anyways, from Ethan Shield and Timothy Brown in the booth to the Kit Kat Cup Series, Carson Mohan and Cooper Stum in the pits, and Jacoby Lavin and Levi Williams on the midway, I am Michael Avery, signing off from Allentown. Good night, everyone.